So in this video, I'm going to give you a tour of your Squarespace dashboard and show you where all the bits and pieces are that you're going to need within your Squarespace journey and experience. So here goes. First of all, on the left-hand side, when you're in your dashboard, you'll see pages, design, commerce, all of these like little filing cabinets down the left-hand side. That's where you're going to sort of navigate around. So pages is the first one. So whenever you want to make any changes to your website, any edits or amendments, that's where you're going to make them. So you can see all of your pages listed out here under your main navigation. And if you scroll down, you've got not linked, which are hidden pages, and you can go ahead and edit using this panel here, the edit panel. And so you can change the text and the images. Any edits that need to happen to the design of the website happens in this pages tab. Okay, next up, we've got design. And so this is your site styles. Within site styles, I've done separate videos on like how to amend your fonts and your colors, all of these animations, buttons, all that type of stuff I've put on a separate video. But within site styles is where you can make sort of edits to the design of your site. Okay, also within site styles, you'll see that you've got image blocks, buttons, spacing, animations, and this little paintbrush. Whenever you see this paintbrush on your site, that's kind of a shortcut to get yourself into site styles in design. Next, you've got browser icon. So that's your favicon, which is I've got the little feather appearing on the tab at the top. Basically, that's like your logo or some like little icon that represents your site. So your browser icon is tiny. You can create it in Canva or something like that. And I think it's like 40 pixels by 40 pixels dimensions. It's tiny. And you add it in here. So that's your browser icon. Lock screen is for if you haven't yet launched your site and you might have like a coming soon or under construction page. Checkout page is for shops and commerce. A 404 page is basically an error page. So if somebody hits a broken link, you can point them to a specifically designed page. So at the moment, I've got the system default, which says we couldn't find the page you were looking for. And it's like basically telling people there's an error. You can design a beautiful page, and I should actually do that. It's something I need to do. That directs people maybe to like blog posts or help or somewhere where you want to sort of send people so they don't just hit an error on a broken link page. Access denied screen, social sharing, and custom CSS. It's not too much to worry about. If you do use code, CSS code, that's where you would update it. So you can see I've got a bunch of code in there, but obviously if you're not into code and it's not something you sort of touch, then you don't really need to worry about it. But just to know that's where it lives if you ever needed to see it. Okay, let's go back into the homepage. Commerce, I will do separate videos on stores and online shops. I'm going to go through marketing next. So the next one you want to look at, and again, I'm going to show you different videos for a lot of the things that are held within the marketing panel, but you can see we've got email campaigns, things like SEO, pop-ups, announcement bars, lots of different things that you can use here. And as I said, I'll create other videos just to kind of walk you through the marketing panel in more depth. Next up, scheduling, same thing. For booking systems and scheduling, I'm going to do separate videos. Analytics, I'll just give you a quick walkthrough. You can see you've got traffic. So today's page views, only 11, that's not many, it's only early. But it tell you down 82%, so that's not like very, very low. So you can give yourself an idea of what's happening, how many people are viewing your site. So geography, where people are looking at you from what country. So a majority of mine are from the States, UK, France. So if you do it kind of you can do it by month, last 30 days, whatever sort of suits. So you can kind of see you've got mainly US, UK, Ireland, Canada, France, Netherlands, Poland, etc., etc. Other parts of interest are under acquisition. So where people you've got the leads from, basically. So the traffic sources. So if you scroll down, you can see the majority of the visits are from myself, are direct. Some are from social. And then if you click this little triangle, you'll see it's Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook. Those are kind of like, it's giving you some really rich information for marketing to know what's working and where people are finding you. Same with keywords. That's the kind of words that people are searching for on Google. So you can then pepper your content with those keywords to hopefully turn up in search a little bit more. So you've got loads of different um, buttons and little sections where you can kind of look at your analysis, basically your insights and analytics. Next, you've got profiles, and again, I'm going to do other videos for that. And then just the last one I want to show you is settings. And within settings, you can see your site is set to public if it's public viewable, so anyone can see the site. You can also have it to password protected so that it's private. And then you can have private where only people who are contributors to the site can see it. All right, let's go back. Members areas, again, I'll do separate videos for that. And then we can have a little look at permissions. So that's who has permission to access your website. So you can invite somebody else to be an author or an editor on the site. Coming down a little bit further, domains, that's who your where your domain is connected. So you can, if you ever need to do anything relating to domains, you can do that through this panel here. If you need to change your domain providers or any information at all, when you go into it, you can sort of see all your security certificates and various bits and pieces. So that's your domains panel. Google Workspace, if you have Google Workspace activated for things like email, professional email. So I've got bex@truenaturedreams.com as my email address. You can set that up and it's a paid for service, but Google Workspace, you can access and kind of look through your account there. Billing, again, you're going to get invoices monthly. It's really handy. Update your credit card details. You can pay monthly or annually. And obviously with Squarespace, it's brilliant because you can upgrade or downgrade and they'll charge you pro rata. So it's a really handy little panel to just check in on your billing and accounts. Next, we've got the only really one that you want to kind of look at in a little bit more detail, well, maybe two, is cookies and visitor data. So we have to have a cookies banner showing. So currently I've got that toggled on. So in Europe, you have to have it for GDPR so that the cookie banner is basically telling people that you're saving their information, their data. So we toggle that on, and you can play around with the design and customize it. So it's a pop-up or it's a bar. You can sort of change it so it's a button or words. And then I'll go back to the main dashboard. We've got advanced. So that's the last one I want to show you just in this video. And there's lots of things like code injection. We've also got our SSL. So to be honest, there's lots of things in here that you probably won't need to use until you need to use them, if that makes sense. So just to kind of know that in this advanced panel, there are lots of things like API keys, which helpful for like Google Analytics or connecting Zapier. And if that is completely like a different language to you right now, that's okay. But when you do need to use them, if it does start to make sense, that's where you'll find them. So within advanced, you've got lots of different options for a slightly more advanced functionality within the site. And that's it. So that's just what I wanted to show you, a little tour of the dashboard so that you can kind of get familiar with what is where and explore a little bit and just sort of see what's in all the different panels and the little filing cabinets on the left-hand side.